Hey, how you doing? My name is Tim Black. If you're like me, guys, you're probably a little tired of hearing about the mass shooting in El Paso and Dayton, Ohio. It's not that you don't care, it's just that you're tired of hearing about it already because you know these people are talking about legislation they won't pass. We got candidates trying to get a bump, and we got a media that just wants to feed at it, to scare the hell out of you, hoping that you'll watch their programming. Yeah, it's a big cycle. And even though you may feel that Donald Trump's a jackass and he does use race to get political points, you also know for a fact that there was racism and bigotry and hatred way before Donald Trump became president. Hell, even before he was born. Instead of focusing all our attention on that, I'd like to focus on the stupidity called Bill Maher. Yeah, Bill Maher has a show on HBO and he has for quite some time. And once upon a time, ironically, Bill Maher was relevant. That was a long time ago, and many, many millions of dollars ago. Funny how that happens. The more money comes in, the quicker the relevancy leaves. By relevancy, Bill Maher had one of those monologues he does at the end of his shows when people are quiet, but they sit there and laugh at his jokes, even if they aren't that funny. We talked about what, Democrats need to do to get rid of Donald Trump. I already said that. But he made some statements that were just patently stupid. Bad ideas, and it shows he lives in a bubble that needs to be burst. So let's start bursting it now.
The voters that Democrats need to win, moderates who have Trump fatigue, will vote against the good economy, I think, just to get back to normalcy.
Ah, yes. Oh, yeah. Hoo-ah. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We got you some moderate milquetoast Democrat logic. You may recognize that it's the same type of logic that got you Donald Trump to begin with and gave Hillary Clinton the Democrat nomination, which gave you Donald Trump. So same thing. Same difference. Yeah, Bill Maher is that ilk that believes, hey, don't go out and excite voters who are naturally attracted to your message. Tone down your message so you can get some of their people. I mean, they're going to vote anyway. Why not try to persuade them to vote for you? It's dumb on many levels. Only a milquetoast Democrat, vote blue anywho, would try to say that a good strategy would be to get some people from their team. No, a good strategy would be to get people from your own team or develop a new team altogether. Because when you modify your message and tone it down, you lose people on your team that were naturally on your team. If we learned anything from 2016, which a lot of us didn't, come on, keep it real. But those of us that did learn, we should have learned anyway, that there are people that won't vote. Some black people won't vote for you if you're too toned down, if you neglect their needs. They just won't come out. Bill Maher doesn't get that. And that's why his advice sucks ass. Next clip.
But they won't trade it away for left-wing extremism. You say you want a revolution? Well, you got to get elected first. And this election is about two things, fatigue and fear. We have fatigue, he has fear. Fear of socialism, fear of open borders, fear of getting rid of private health insurance, fear of higher taxes. He's running on, the communists are coming, shit yourself. We should run on, elect me, and we can stop talking about him.
Yeah! Wrong. You're wrong. Totally wrong. Completely backwards to what you should be promoting. Listen, folks. No, you're not going to excite people to vote by telling them, hey, if you vote Trump out, we'll stop talking about him. You need to stop talking about Trump if you want people to not vote for Trump. See, the more you talk about Trump, the bigger Trump gets. Bill doesn't get this. The Democrats can't persuade people to vote by saying, get rid of Trump or stop talking about him, because in reality, if you want people to vote for you, you need to talk about things they care about. And getting rid of Trump is not a big enough motivator to get people to come out and vote. You understand, Bill? That's not enough. It wasn't enough in 2016. That's all they were using. And when you say that Trump is using fear of immigrants and fear of invasions and fear of socialism and fear of all these things, you're right. But the Democrats are using fear too. Oh, yeah, they're using fear too. They use it all the time. Racism. Now it's shootings and, yeah, racism, shootings, and tiny hands, and Trump himself. Yes, Trump himself. So these are the things that you're using that is fear. What you should be using is getting rid of their pain, getting rid of the things that make life suck for most of Americans. But instead of focusing on that, you want to make it seem like it's all about Trump. And I believe that most people believe that their problems, since they existed before Trump, you getting rid of Trump won't get rid of all of their problems. What it will get rid of is Trump, which is not the same thing to them. Because they know that their pockets were tight, things weren't going well, and we were still complaining, and people were getting shot in the streets, and we had mass shootings, and we had racism and bigotry and transgender that couldn't go to the bathroom issues, and people arguing about gay marriage, and we had all these things. What Bill Maher doesn't get is that most Americans remember a time when things weren't going so well, and they know that Trump wasn't president then. So you saying get rid of Trump, they realize that you focus on Trump for ratings. I mean, come on, all the late night hosts who make jokes about Trump all the time, you don't think most Americans know why? Come on. Most Americans know you do it for money. You do it because you think this is what people want to hear. But you're wrong. There's a lot of Americans that just want to hear good jokes, not Trump jokes all the time. Even people who didn't vote for Trump don't want to hear Trump votes or jokes all the time. That's what you don't get. Next clip.
Look, I can't figure people out, but they just like Joe. Maybe it's the familiarity. He's like a McDonald's when you're in Europe. I'm sick of hearing that Democrats need to excite the base. Trump excites the base. With Obama, the battle cry was, yes, we can. With Trump, it's, what the fuck?
You know, I'm not really sure if Bill Maher doesn't get it or if he just doesn't want to get it. You know, it's not the same thing. Some people can't get it because their brain is, the wires in the back aren't connecting. They're not, there's no strong connection. There's no signal. Then there are people who don't get it because they just don't want to get it because they just want to ignore reality because they're getting a paycheck. I'm not sure which one Bill is. Bill, you're right. Donald Trump excites his base. All leaders want to excite a core group of people that will come out and support. If you are talking about Biden, you're not talking about somebody who renders that type of support. How could you believe that Joe Biden could beat Donald Trump? Yeah, like right now, it's real early. Biden hasn't started talking as much yet. I mean, he's been avoiding interviews, avoiding microphones, because every time he talks, he goes down. He drops. That's not a good sign of a great candidate. But it's just sad. It just shows that the elites, the Hollywood types, the paid commentators on corporate media, they don't understand that in order to win an election in this new era, stop thinking we're going back to another time. No, we're not going back to another time, man. Action slacks are not coming back in style. Trust me. America is forever changed. It changed with Obama, then it changed again with Trump. is not going to go back to a time when a guy who uses a word like malarkey to get an applause, that guy's not going to get elected. Those days are over. Biden doesn't understand. And what you don't understand, obviously, is that it takes a candidate that can excite people to come out who have never voted before. And you best believe Donald Trump's going to do everything he needs to do to excite people to come out and vote for him that didn't vote before. And if you're stuck on stupid and you believe it's all about being the least crazy, being the least adventurous, having the least aggressive, less aggressive policies, then you don't understand what excitement is. You don't understand what it's like to have to bring in the crowd and to put butts in the seats. Because you have been eating from the trough of a bubble, of the HBO bubble for so long, you don't know what it's like to go on the road, buddy, and have to sell the tickets one by one. All right. Join the Tim Black Wolfpack here for only $5 a month. You can become a member of the Tim Black Wolfpack, and I'll send you a Tim Black Wolfpack gift pack. There's bumper stickers and all other types of goodies right from your man Tim Black, with independent news show that keeps it real, doesn't lie to you. Do it today, right here. YouTube, Facebook, and Patreon. Peace.